Okay, happy Sunday. Welcome back to the Sunday brief. I realized late yesterday that the video I put out on Friday for the weekly overview had zero audio, and just recorded this video for now the third time because I thought I had the audio fixed, but I think we're actually good now. So let's jump into this. On NQ, had a pretty good week. We were still making new all-time highs, so that's good. We did have a slight pullback later in the week, but not a big deal. We have a resistance zone of 26,140 is the start of it, up to 26,400, and that lower support zone is going to be 25,700 down to 25,560, and our moving averages are going to be here. I did change these from a solid line to these crosses. I don't know why. I like how they look better. But we can actually change these so they're a little thicker so we can see them. So we'll have to, anytime that you see these, so we have a 20 moving average, a 50, a 100, and a 200. Like here, our 20 is our green one. If this is above the rest of these, it's bullish. We have, means we're staying above and we're holding. You can see we retested this 20-day moving average, and then we get a like big jump off of it. Anytime we cross below this, let me lock this into place. If you look down here, where we have our 20-day moving average, where it breaks our 50, it comes down, breaks to 20, breaks to 50, and then this would turn into a bearish chart. We come back up, try and break that 20 again, and then immediately reject it the next day, and then it comes down. And this was in April, so and then we break back above the 20, and from there we've been holding this 20 pretty consistently the rest of the year. So for ES, like I said, I've already recorded this a few times, so some of these drawings are going to be in here. Still being held up by the 20, the 20-day moving average, and let me switch this to the right side. To the left side. So we have a big volume gap here, and this is going to be true for NQ, SPY, ES, QQQ. There's going to be a big volume gap into all-time highs because from Friday to Sunday there was a big session gap, which means there's just significantly more buyers, as you can see by the green volume here at these prices, compared to the white volume, which would be sellers. So I think we'll chop around in between these zones, but for ES we have our resistance starting at 6,900 up to 6,950, and our support zone is going to be 6,800 down to 6,750. For QQQ, we have 630 to 637, and our next support zone is going to be 613 to 611. So just watch these levels. We could see a push down to retest this 20-day moving average, and then we'll like something like this, but we'll have to wait and see. For SPY, we have 687 to 689 is going to be our resistance zone, and then 669 down to 663 is our next support zone, which are 20 days above that. So I'd say we might move down to retest 20 before making another push higher. For Ethereum, this is what I was talking about. Anytime we start rejecting on the bottom side of a 20-day moving average, and then the 20 crosses your 50 right here at this red line, that would be a trend reversal. We have come back. This blue one is our 100-day. We did break below that. We've come back up to retest the 20. We reject straight off of it. Come back up, reject off the 20 again. We did retest the 50. So right now, our 20 and 100-day moving averages are essentially aligned. I want to see price break up above this. Get rid of this box. I do want to see price break up above that. Let's draw this out. Path. And hopefully it does. And then once we see our 20-day moving average break back above and hold above our 50-day moving average, then we can say that we're still in a bullish trend. But right now, it's looking more bearish than bullish. For Bitcoin, same thing. So we have, we can get rid of these. Our 20-day moving average, we keep rejecting off the bottom side of it. Like we have a 50-day rejection here, and then our 20 is actually below our 50 and our 100. So that's more of a concern because once our 50 breaks the 100-day moving average, that makes us think that we're going to stay bearish a bit longer until we have our moving averages in a bullish formation, which would be 20, 50, 100, and then 200, compared to the opposite way, which would just be vice versa. It'd be 200, 100, 50, and then 20. As for NVIDIA, obviously, she is a crazy one. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. They had pretty good earnings. We did reject this 1.618 and came back down to retest 1.4, and then we reject 1.618 again. So I think this retest of the 20, we might see a little bit of a pullback down to this 200 level, and if we reject that on the top side, we'll see it push back up to retest 1.618 at 207. For Iren, we do have, this will be the whatever chart time frame I'm on. If you look up here, like right now I'm on the 4-hour. Let me switch this back to the daily. The moving averages are going to be off of the chart's time frame. So on the daily chart, we look fine. We're holding. We did retest this 20. We closed below it, but then immediately closed above it. Right here. This was Thursday, October 23rd. So not a huge concern. It's just retesting the moving average, and then we come back up. We reject 2.618 at $65, and then we retested the 20 and rejected that. So still bullish on Iren. And if you listen to Meta's earnings, they had a lot of capex spending on like AI infrastructure and like AI in general. So that's bullish Iren because they are a data center for AI. And we do get earnings this week, November 6th on Thursday, and see what happens with that. I wanted to go over some news. So we have an earnings calendar. This is current. So ones I'm looking for are Palantir after hours, AMD after hours. On Tuesday, we have Unity Software pre-market, watching Novo Nordisk as well, which is a competitor to HIMS. I have closed all of my HIMS exposure. I think I can get it at a better price, but fundamentally, I think HIMS is like the narrative remains the same. their year-over-year subscriber growth is still like 31%, uh, at least from last quarters. Whereas Novo Nordisk, their partnership with Weight Watchers has a negative year-over-year subscriber growth, which isn't a great outlook. But a lot of the drama between Novo Nordisk and Hims um, has hurt the narrative around Hims, but the fundamental thesis still stands. We have Open Door, um, which has started out as a Wall Street bets. I still have a little bit of exposure. I think my position is like 200, yeah, 250 shares, uh, which I'm negative on. I think I'll tell you my average on those. My average is 897, and currently they're sitting at 778. So, um, yeah, I'm still red on my shares there. But that's Thursday after hours. Um, we have Thursday after hours, and ACHR is another one I'm looking at, and Oscar. I have a little bit of exposure to Oscar. I think that's it for all the ones that I really care about. You guys can pause and go over these, see if any company that you have exposure to is going to have earnings this week that could possibly affect those positions. The economic calendar for this week is going to be weird because the government is still shut down, so we might not get all these numbers. Like anytime you see like a speech, obviously that's still gonna happen from like Lisa Cook. You have the Fed Governor Michael Barr's speech on Thursday. You have Anna Paulson, Alberto Muslim. Sorry if I butchered that. So any of the speeches are still good. We just don't know if we'll get the numbers for like job openings, factory orders, any of those. ADP, I believe we should still get, but if that's coming from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, then we probably won't. And that wraps up the Sunday brief. If you guys have any questions or you want a specific company looked at from a charting perspective, just leave a comment or message me in the Discord. Have a good weekend.